Hey everybody, welcome back to another class here at Shiage Do Martial Arts. Today's Thursday, so we're going to have some fun today. Alright, make sure you guys did the warm-up before you came here today. And with that, we're going to get started. We got some heavy bag drills, we're going to do some self-defense. I got a little bit of a game for you, and then we'll go from there, okay? So, first and foremost, we're going to do some heavy bag drills. Now with these heavy bag drills, I've said this a million times and I'll say it again in case you're not watching all the videos, but if you don't have a heavy bag, use your imagination. There's a million things that you can use that you can make contact with, whether it's a couch cushion or a pillow or whatever, or if it's outside and it's a tree or stump or a post or whatever. Use your imagination. One of the things that I used to use a lot before I had an actual heavy bag was like the packing foam, the really dense foam packaging stuff, the closed cell foam that they usually use for like TVs and expensive things or heavy things. I had a couple pieces of that were about this big that I would just kind of like tape to a wall with some painter's tape, make sure it was a nice sturdy, wall, but then I would hit it there, or in a door frame or something that tends to be a little bit sturdier. But I would hit stuff there so that I could still have my contact without, actually breaking the stuff around my house. All right. So today we're going to do a quick heavy bag drill. If you don't have a heavy bag, it's okay. You can do this in the air if you need to. But what we're going to do is it's going to be a back fist, a ridge hand, and a duck. Okay. So we're going to get a little bit of our combat cardio mixed in with our heavy bag drills. It's going to be have some fun with it. All right. So I'm going to count. You guys are going to do it. All right. Best you can. On your mark. Get set. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Now remember, when you're ducking, don't just lean forward. You gotta bend those knees. Roku, sichi, like a frog. Hachi, ku, and ju. Good. Other side. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Alright, so that counts as one. If you're a kid, I want you to do that one more time through, 10 on each side. If you're an adult, I want you to do it 4 times more through. All right, pause the video, get ready for the next one, and we'll be good to go. If you've already done that, come on back. We're going to do this next one. So it's going to be punch, punch. Oh, I'm sorry. Backhand first, front hand first, lean away, kick. Backhand, front hand, lean away. This one's good for if like somebody's charging at you while they're sparring, right? They're just running up on you. That lean away kick works great. Ask Jesse, he does it all the time. Ready? So, backhand, front hand, kick. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, and ju. Good. Other side. Remember, when you keep your hands up in a guard, right, while you're doing this, I like to touch my chin so I make sure that my hand's up. You don't have to, but you do have to keep your hands up, okay? So, backhand, front hand, side kick. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, and ju. Alright, so after 10 of those, if you're a kid, do 10 more. Adult, do 4 sets more. You guys should be working up a little bit of a sweat at this point, moving around, getting nice and warmed up. The warm-up was pretty good, okay? So now that we're doing this, you should be all nice and loose and starting to sweat and I know I am. Alright? So the next one is going to be right out of Wansu. Step, punch, punch, and back. Step, punch, punch, and back. Step, punch, punch, and back. Okay, so all I'm doing is just stepping, straight punch off to the side, and then shuffle back. Straight punch, punch to the side, and back. Alright, so when I'm doing this, we'll count. Ready? Itch. And back, other side. Knee. And back. San. Chi. Go. Roku. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Alright, do it again. Ready, set, go. Itch. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Roku. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Now, if you're a kid, when you're doing these punches, make sure that you're punching with just your top two knuckles. Alright, if you do a bunch of punches and you look at your hands and the top two knuckles are red and the bottom two ones are not, then you're doing it right. If they're all red, then either you're punching with your whole hand, right, with a bad form, or you've got just a really squishy target and you're squishing right through it. Okay? You might need to find something a little sturdier so that when you're doing your punches, you're only hitting with the top two. Okay? That's very important. Now, if you're younger than the age of 10, you should not be hitting the bag. You can change them up to palm heels, but don't be punching things, especially not hard things. All right, so if you're punching walls, don't do that. I know you want to be hardcore. I like it. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but you'll hurt your hands, and that's not something that can be fixed. Okay, so don't do it. Trust me. So if you're younger than 10, definitely palm heels. Or something very soft, right? Something you can squish with your hands. If you're older than 10, you can change it up to a fist, but make sure you're doing it properly. Okay? If you want a good test, do push-ups on your knuckles. If I do push-ups on my knuckles, my bottom two knuckles shouldn't be touching the floor. I should be able to have somebody else come up and put a piece of paper under my hand up to my top two knuckles. Okay? So same thing with that one, with the Wansu punches. If you're a kid, you're going to do it one more time. 20 total. If you're an adult, you're going to do it 4 more times, 80 total. Okay? Pause the video, get that done, get your sweat on, and come on back and we'll have some self-defense for it. So now that we're back, we're going to work on some self-defense with your partner. Okay? Remember, when you're working with your partner, find a partner. You're finding a partner that you can work with. Obviously, it's somebody probably in your house. Okay? So it's going to be like a sibling or a parent or something like that who's willing to work with you for a little bit while you're doing your self-defense. If they're resisting too hard and you can't figure this out, tell them to back off a little bit until you can at least figure the moves out. Once you can figure the moves out, and they can start resisting again. Their resistance actually helps you learn how to do the moves better, okay? Because the bad guy's not going to care that you're not strong enough to get them to let go, right? So if somebody's resisting you, that's good. But remember that if they're resisting you too hard, the only way to get out of this is to really hit them, okay? So make sure that they know that too, because, if you're really hitting them, then they're probably not going to be too happy with you. Don't hurt your partner, okay? And don't let them hurt you. Make sure you're working with somebody who you can work with. And if you got to hit them to make them let go, that's why I taught you karate. So, sucks to suck. Alright, so we're going to start with some easy ones. The first one's just going to be a grab and a punch. Okay, so a grab comes in, punch comes in. All I'm going to do is going to be a head block to the punch, and then I'm going to punch to the inside of the arm. Now, yesterday, if you were here, we talked about one knuckle punches. One knuckle punches work perfect to go right between that bicep and tricep spot. You got that little nerve. You know you're hitting it when your fingertips tingle. Okay, so you can either do a one knuckle punch, or you just lead with your middle knuckle right into that spot. You're going to make their fingers tingle. Okay, don't blast your partner. They probably won't appreciate it. So the punch comes in. It's going to be just a head block and a punch across. All right, practice that one back and forth a couple times, both partners. All right, and start working up the speed. Make it a grab like you mean it and punch like you mean it. Okay, don't just kind of do one of these. Okay, you guys all know how I make you do it. All right, so keep yourselves to that standard when you're at home. Practice it back and forth, and when we come back, I'll give you the next one. So the next one is going to be pretty much along the same lines, except it's going to be a little bit different on the defense. So she's going to grab and punch, but now instead of punching her arm, I'm just going to come down with my forearm across her arm. What I want to do is lead with this nice bony part of my forearm, right? Like I'm doing it almost like think I'm doing like an elbow. Okay, I want this bony part of my forearm, and I'm going to smash it right against the tendon part of her arm. Right? So if you make a fist, you got all these tendons on the inside right here. If you hit into those, you're going to mess with their grip strength. Okay? Because if their tendons stretch, they actually can't hold their fist as well. So when she comes in to grab, I do this block. I'm going to come across here and hit hard with that bone part. What that's going to do is two things. It's pushing in the right direction to make her hands just let go of what you're grabbing. If she doesn't let go though, I'm coming in, I'm smashing that forearm really hard. If they really don't let go, you can come up with a back fist. But what I'm trying to do is stun those tendons so they can't make a tight fist anymore. That's also going to help if they decide to try to punch you again, because they won't be able to make a tight fist to punch you, and the chances of them breaking their hand goes up. Okay? It's really hard to punch with a broken hand. Trust me. Alright, so practice that one back and forth, and when you come back, I got the next one for you. So this one, I'm gonna have her grab with the other side, just so that we can see this a little better. But it's gonna be a grab and a punch. So what I'm gonna do for this one is I'm gonna come all the way up and around. All right. Now when I'm here, I'm trapped above her elbows, and I've got her arms both trapped together here, so that she can't move out of the way. All right. Then I can do either a punch or whatever, but I'm gonna hold her in tight here. So when that grab and punch comes in, right? I can go to either side. I want to go to this side to make sure that punch misses me. But if I come to this side over here, I can do the same thing. And again, I'm trapping above the elbow. Okay? Then my punch comes either to the ribs or to the head. Don't really punch your partner. I'm sure they won't appreciate it. Practice that one back and forth a few times. And then I got one last one for you. So the last one's the easiest one in terms of techniques. It's the easiest technique, but the timing's the hardest. So we've been warming up our timing a little bit with something that gets harder and harder to do as we go on. So for this one, what I need to do is kind of lean back. I'm going to try to shift and duck the punch. So she's going to grab, which is going to make my ducking a lot more difficult. And as this punch comes in, I'm going to shoot both my hands up here, right, as a guard. Now at the same time, as my hands are coming up in my guard, I'm going to be doing a front kick to her knee. Okay, so it's going to be quick. Here. Okay, punch comes in one more time. Here. So what I'm doing is I'm ducking down, trying to catch her punch on my block, on my guard, in a nice high guard, keeping my elbows in so I don't take a nice shot to my face, and at the same time I'm kicking her front knee as hard as I can to get her to stop doing what she's doing. Alright? Once you break somebody's knee, or you shock somebody's knee, you hit it really hard and you shock it, chances of them having a tight grip on you are pretty low. You can just push it out of the way. But if you got to hit him or hit your partner back, you can do that to take their hand off. This one works really good. So you can add this to any of the ones that we've been practicing today. But if after you block the punch and you've hit them with whatever, if I'm going to basically make a cup with my hand and an uppercut with my other hand. And it's just going to come up, pop, and punch. Okay? That's going to get their hand. So after you're done with your technique, if your partner's still like holding on to you and you can't get their hand off, that's the one you're going to do. Okay? Now be careful with your partner. Don't punch them in the jaw. They won't like it very much when their teeth chatter together. Dentists aren't open right now, so don't do teeth damage. Alright? But practice that one back and forth, and we'll come back with something else. So, one of the things we're going to work on today is some reaction drills. One of my favorite reaction drills, and one that you can do with literally anybody, is slap hands. Everybody knows it because we have a lot of fun with it. And so, all you're going to do is you and your partner are going to start with your fingertips just barely touching, about shoulder width apart. And what you're going to try to do is the person on bottom is you're going to try to flip their hand over and tap the person on top. Either one hand, the other hand, or both. The other person is going to either try to pull their hands away or slap you. Okay? So you got to be quick. So if you're sitting here playing this, right, you got to be quick. You got to be moving back and forth. Try it with your hands palm up. Try it with your switch with your partner. So when they're trying to hit you, right, you're moving too, right? Feel with the fingertips so that you're feeling when they're moving, and stare them square in the eyes to make them uncomfortable, okay? So you're going to practice that back and forth. It's really good to build that little bit of reaction time, and it's also good for building a little bit of speed when you're doing your moves, okay? So find a partner, practice that one for a little bit. All right, everybody. So if you're here now, you made it all the way through Thursday's class. Congratulations. And if you've been watching throughout the week, you'll notice that something's been strangely missing, and that is the challenge of the week. So here's your challenge for this week. I want you to do as many push-ups as you can in 1 minute. So set a timer, start doing push-ups, do as many as you can. Try not to rest. If you gotta rest, you gotta rest, but don't stop until that minute timer goes off. Now here's how you can tell me that you were doing it. Number 1, if you send me a picture and a number of you doing your push-ups, right? Maybe 2 or 3 pictures of you doing the push-ups and a number that says how many you're doing. You can send that to me in a text message to the Shiage Do Dojo phone number. You can send that as an email to dojo@shiagedo.com, or you can put it up on Facebook and tag it to the Shiage Do Martial Arts page, okay? Or, here's your other option for sending this in. If you take a video of you doing push-ups for 1 minute, which is like spectacularly awesome, put it up in the Dropbox or put it on Facebook and send it to me either in the Messenger or link it to our page, okay? So, the challenge. How many push-ups can you do in 1 minute, okay? And the way that you send it to me is either in a text message, an email, or Facebook, or the Dropbox if it's a video, okay? So you can send me a video however you can. If it's a text message, you can send me the pictures. A 1 minute video is probably not going to send very well as a text message. Sorry. But you can put it in the Dropbox. The Dropbox stuff is in the bottom of the paper that has the warm-up on it. It's got all that information, the username and password and stuff to make sure you can get into that, okay? So get your challenge done. Let's see who wins these focus mitts, and I'll get those delivered out to you sometime this weekend. So do it. All right. That brings us to the end of our class today. Quick announcements. T-shirt contest. Friday is the last day. So tomorrow night at midnight, last day for voting, okay? After we do that, then I got to go see about actually getting the t-shirts printed up. We'll get some cool stuff ready to go, and I'll tell you guys how you can get the order forms out there. Zoom class tomorrow, 5 to 5:40 for kids, 5:50 to 6:30 for adults. It's going to be the same link, okay? So I'll send out the link, and but it's the same exact one as it was last week, and it's the same one as it'll be next week, and the kids one's the same as the adult class. So if you're an adult and you come in at like 5:42 and you see that we're all in there, and then you're like, oh, I got kicked out of this meeting, I bet there's no class anymore. You're wrong. I just need 5 minutes so that I can like keep my dog from going insane, get some water for me, and keep moving along. Okay, so 5 to 5:40 for kids, 5:50 6:30 for adults. Zoom only lets us do 40 minutes, so we're gonna have all the warm-ups done as part of the thing that I send out to you guys. All right, so make sure you get that done. Don't forget to send in videos so I can watch it and keep track of what you're doing. And Focus Mint giveaway, I gave you your challenge, so go. I want to see some people doing some push-ups because that's what I love to see. All right. And what I will do is I will put a number up on Facebook of how many I've done, and maybe if I can figure out Facebook, because I hate Facebook and you all know that, I will put a video of me doing as many push-ups as I can in 60 seconds. So we'll get through that and see how it goes. All right. So with that, that's all I got today. You guys are dismissed. Us.